I need to touch on this whole referees nonsense, okay? We see it every single game. We see it every single year, every single playoff. But I feel like with how many people are on Twitter and Instagram now, you see it so much more. There are people out there who genuinely believe that the refs sold this game, and nothing pisses me off more than that. I do not care if the Bengals won this game or if the Rams won this game and all the calls went the same. The refs did not sell this game. I can't believe that people are in outrage about this. In fact, I would go as far as to say this is one of the best officiated Super Bowls I've ever seen. There were very few flags. The worst calls of the game, there were two. There was one for the Rams and one for the Bengals, and they were bad calls. One was a missed call. The missed call on T. Higgins yanking Jalen Ramsey's face mask.
Yep.
So blatant, so obvious. That's a bad no call. You should have called that. It's offensive pass interference. Bengals don't get that touchdown. Okay, that's a 7-point swing. The next bad call was Logan Wilson is like playing patty cake with Cooper Kupp's back, and he gets a defensive holding. 5-yard penalty, reset of downs. This was a 3rd down for the Rams. So the Rams get fucking bailed out. They're going to get 4 more plays. Right after that, there's a defensive pass interference, which was a good call. It was super bad defensive pass interference. Point is, there weren't a lot of flags called. One that was called was horrible. One that was not called was horrible, right? So just from that perspective, if you want to play it like that, you take 7 points off the board for the Rams because they shouldn't have had that extra possession, even though technically they still could have scored on 4th down. Probably unlikely. They were getting clamped. And then you take 7 points away from the Bengals because that call, the no call, was horrible. It should have never been a touchdown. Well, now you get the same fucking score, guys. You get the same score. The Rams still win. Even if that's not the case, the referees have to make some calls and they have to miss some calls. That is how all of football will always be unless you replace them with machines. Unless you completely let the cameras run every single aspect of officiating. You have to have this. It's always been in football. It always will be in football. And it makes me so mad seeing people think that they actually lost to the referees. It is the same argument I always used to make as a kicker. I could never understand how teams would blame their kicker at the end of the game for missing a game-winning field goal. Let's say it's a 55-yard field goal, your team's down by 2, your kicker shanks it wide left, and it fucking sucks. Whatever, it's a horrible kick. And they're like, oh, Blair Walsh sold the game. Zane Gonzalez sold the game. Justin Tucker sold the game. What? If you play better the whole game, your whole game is not determined by one minuscule play. If you play better throughout the entire game, you're not determined by 3 points or one bad call by the ref. Did Bengals fans and anybody complain about the officiating? Did they forget that the Bengals went 3 and out 5 straight times in the 3rd quarter and the 4th quarter? That they literally got the ball, ran 3 plays, and punted it 5 times? If you don't do that on any possession, you're in a significantly better part to win the game. So unless you want referees replaced by machines entirely, which I think would be fucking horrible for the game, then you just have to suck it up that there will be bad calls. I mean, guys, we're talking about one call. Like, there were like 3 penalties that whole game, right? So you could say 2 went in favor of the Rams and 1 went in favor of the Bengals. In most NFL games, it's like fucking 15 penalties. Let's talk about Cowboys-Niners. I think the Cowboys had 13 penalties against them for 155 yards. We're talking about 2 penalties. So there's 4 on the Bengals for 31 yards. There's 2 on the Rams for 10 yards. The refs really didn't do anything this game.
I love when they let it play out. Honestly.
Yeah, they just fucking let them play.
Yeah.
Listen, I wanted to get this rant off my chest. It's so frustrating to go on Twitter and actually see people say it. I get it's a meme, and I get you want to be frustrated, but are you not more frustrated with the play calling on 4th and 1? Are you not more frustrated that you couldn't get, it was 3rd and 1, you couldn't get 1 yard out of 2 plays? If you get any of that at any point, you can lock up the game, throw a touchdown and end it. Whatever. I know there's not a lot of people saying that. I get that it's mainly just the fans. They wanted their team to win, so they're mad at the refs. But we got to get over it at some point, boys. The refs got to do what they got to do. That's 6 penalties for a grand total of 41 yards in the whole Super Bowl. That's well officiated, in my personal opinion. I think it was one of the better officiated games I've seen all season. That's all I got. What do you think? Did you think it was well officiated?
Yes, I loved it. And like what we were talking about too, when they had that holding call on the Bengals down by the red zone, in the red zone. Yeah. Was that a makeup call for when they missed? For when the receiver had his hands all over Ramsey.
I mean, I don't believe in makeup calls, to be totally honest. Yeah. A lot of people totally disagree on this. There seems to be a 50-50 split that some people actually believe refs do this. Maybe they do. An NFL ref's never going to fucking tell you why they make a call.
Fuck no.
So you're never going to get the information. But I don't believe in that. I don't believe the NFL refs are actually thinking in their own head, oh shit, we missed a call. We have to make a call in favor of the Rams. I don't think they do that. I think they actually laser focus and only call what they see.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like in Cowboys versus Niners, they're just fucking whipping it.
Yeah.
And I think they actually get talked down by the NFL for that. Where it's like, okay, guys, I get it. Technically, if a referee wanted to, I think they could call holding on every single NFL play ever. There's a holding every single play. You just don't call that. I think this game was a clear example where they said, all right, guys, unless it is a crucial moment, just don't even pull your flag out. Don't even pull your flag out. And I think that's why you see a lot more penalties down when it gets in close. Granted, the holding on Logan Wilson was a horrible call, right? But then you see right after that, you see defensive pass interference on Eli Apple. It was totally defensive pass interference.
Yeah, clearly.
Would they have called that on the 50-yard line earlier? Probably not.
True.
Because they were like not throwing shit.
Yeah.
But when it gets real close, that's probably when the NFL is like, all right, guys, time to start fucking whipping our flags out. But yeah, to conclude here with the referees, well officiated Super Bowl. I love this form of officiating. Hands off unless it's super important. I get it, guys. It was a bad call on Logan Wilson. It was also a horrible missed call on T. Higgins. Overall, I think it was a fair, clean Super Bowl. It was fucking close, which is what we all wanted. Holy shit, it was awesome. So yeah, I mean, I get it. I'm slightly leaning towards the Rams, but I'm not actually a Rams fan, guys. I don't really care.